Hi everyone. I was taking a look on Pottery Barn West Elm and Restoration Hardware's websites, and I noticed that there's a new trend going on with some of their decorative pieces, and I want to help you achieve that same look at a much more affordable price. So I'm going to head over to my local IKEA as well as go to a couple of thrift stores as well and see if I can find a couple of pieces that we can recreate something that looks very similar to those items that are on those websites. So come with me and let's see what we can find. Okay everyone, I'm about to walk into Salvation Army. I'm hoping that I find some really great finds today. It's always a hit or miss, especially since it was the weekend. People tend to shop there on their time off and pretty much wipe it out. So, you know, anytime you're thrifting, it's a hit or a miss, but I'm crossing my fingers. I'm gonna find some great stuff. So stay tuned and let's see what I can find. So I just walked out of my local Salvation Army and man, they had some fantastic stuff today. I literally had to leave because I couldn't stop loading up my cart. So my trunk is absolutely full and I have so many looks to go after that Restoration Hardware, the West Elm and Pottery Barn inspiration dupes that I want to create. Some of the items were actually perfect just the way they are, but I'm going to add a little flair to them. But I can't wait to show you guys what I got. Oh gosh, I scored so good today. I'm so excited. So now I'm off to IKEA, see what we can find there. All right, stay tuned. Okay, I just left IKEA. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best shopping experience. I did get quite a few things. However, they are remodeling my IKEA, so there was a lot of stuff that was just, I'm not sure they were out of stock or they moved things around, but I didn't find everything on my list, but I did get a few things. So we're still gonna go ahead and create with the items that I picked up, and with my Salvation Army finds, I think I have quite a bit to work with and at least give you guys that inspo. Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm back from doing all my running around yesterday and the weather is a little bit weird today, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get started on the DIY, but I want to show you what I picked up when I went to Salvation Army and to IKEA. So I have these great little crates that I use for when I do shopping. I keep them in my trunk and then that way things don't have to move around and they stay nice and confined. So this is kind of what they look like. And I have two of these just loaded with goodies. I really lucked out at Salvation Army and I'm super excited to show you. All right, so first off, I scored something so great. I was so excited about it. Not one, but two of these. And take a look at these. I got both of these for $7.99 each. I can't believe it. They're really, really heavy. And they're actually great the way that they are, but if you looked up close, it kind of has a crackle finish to it, and that's not the look that I want. I want to do something that's inspired from Restoration Hardware or West Elm or from Pottery Barn. But I do love the natural base to this, so I think I'm going to keep this the way it is. And then this next find, I also really loved it just the way that it was. It did have one small nick, but I think that I can still work with it. But this thing was fabulous. Take a look at this urn. And I got this, oh, it was $5.99 for this. It's very heavy duty, but it has that rustic look, which is what I was looking for. Now, I think I'm still gonna do a little something to this to make it look a little bit more aged and in a different color palette, but the base of this is just fantastic. And then I picked up this. This was something that somebody had made, I think, but it has like little indentations and the coloring is okay. It's just not the look that I want. So I might try to do something with this also, but it was just something that I just couldn't pass up, so I got this. If you've been on Restoration Hardware, West Elm, or Pottery Barn's website, you'll start to see a common theme with their decor. And I've noticed a lot of them are going for texture and different size vessels and different textures. So things that have lines in it or ribbed or just a texture to the body itself. So all of them were kind of going with that same look. And then I did see a lot of them were doing that monochromatic look, whether it was all black or white or black and white. And then one of them also had this beautiful emerald green. Unfortunately, that doesn't work with anything in my home, but it was absolutely gorgeous. So let me go ahead and continue on to my thrift store finds. I did pick up this clear vase, and this vase has little lines in it. It was $2.99, and I'm sure it came with flowers from a flower shop, but we're gonna go ahead and make this into something else. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do white or black. I can use either one in my home, but that was a look that I definitely saw on all of the websites, is that they were using these lined type vessels as well. So I picked this up for $2.99. And then I also picked up this cute little jar, and you want to make sure that when you're doing decor that you have all different sizes. You don't want to just have large vessels. So if you're doing a grouping, it's nice to have different sizes. So I thought this one was really cute. I actually really enjoy the color to this, but again, it doesn't really match anything in my home. But I needed to get this just to hold on to for whether I do it now or for a future project. This was $3.99, and it has great texture on the bottom. So I love the bottom the way it is. The top does have that little crackling finish, but I might keep it the way it is, or I might go ahead and do something with this. But I just thought this was a great find. And then this next one was $4.99. And again, it has the little handles, and if you look on some of those websites, their inspiration is a lot of things with handles as well. So whether they're water vessels or rice water vessels, whatever they may be, a lot of them have these little handles to it. And this is a very sturdy pot, so I'm definitely going to be using this and changing up its color and giving it a little bit of texture, because it is a glazed finish, which I want to have a little bit of texture on there. So I picked this up for $4. This was a great find as well. And then next, I did pick up this. I know it looks really basic, but if you look through the websites, you'll see there's some shapes that are very similar to this. And I got this for, I think it was like $1.99. And I definitely want to give it some texture. I don't like the glaze to it, so I want to give it more of a matte chalky finish and something with a texture. But this was also a great little variation to some of the items that I currently bought. Sure, but this was great for $3.99. It has a metallic finish to it, but I liked the structure of that. And that's something that you want to look for when you're shopping for your home, is things that have different dimension, things that are short and fat, or things that are tall and sleek. You want different textures, styles, and shapes. I also found this vessel. Now, it did not have a price. I believe the lady at Salvation Army gave it to me for $5.99. It's in excellent shape, and it has like a wood grain type of finish. It's beautiful the way that it is, but it's not the look that I want, so I am definitely going to do something with this. All right, our next one is this little glass here. Now again, as you can see, it's an odd shape, which when you take a look on those websites, you're going to see a lot of odd shaped pieces that they're using. Now this next piece, this is a little metal container. I just liked the shape to it. Again, it was something that I had seen on the websites, and I don't remember if it was Restoration Hardware. If so, I'll just link a couple of pictures just so you can see the inspiration that I was going for. But it had a little lid to it, which I liked. So we're gonna definitely use this one as well, and it's got a nice unique shape to it. And then the last item that I got from the thrift store was this. So I liked its shape. It's again something that you're going to see in all the websites, mostly Pottery Barn or West Elm, maybe even Z Gallery. But the shape to it is simple. It gives a different element to the rest of the pieces that you might have, and you want to have that little extra difference in shape and size, as I had mentioned. Now, I only got a couple pieces from IKEA because everything that I had on my wish list, they were just completely out. One of them was this large piece here. I will link the name. I believe it was $19.99. This can be used by itself the way that it is. You could just do the bottom portion or halfway up that you can tape off and paint it that way if you'd like, or you can change the entire thing and paint the whole thing. There's so many options for this. You could even try dip dyeing it. You would need a much bigger tub to be able to spray paint inside of that to dip this in there. And if you saw my previous video, you'll see the way that I did the dip dyeing. But you can most certainly do that with something like this. But with this piece, there's so many options. You could literally just do a band around the top, or a band of gold, or do a couple of different colors, or maybe even do a diagonal type shape on this. So the possibilities are endless with this, and I just needed to get this because I love its size and it's just so versatile. And then my last piece was a newer piece. This is a smoke color. I believe they had a rose colored one as well, but again, it was out of stock. But I loved the shape of this, and you can see the inside of the neck. It's just very sleek. But those are the two items that I got from IKEA.